Okay, this is it. We have come to it. We've come to the moment where we look at 2025 in pop culture and all the big stories that sort of stuck out. So Amil Niazi is here, and Jackson Weaver is here, and Niko Stratis is here, and we're going to get into all the things, all the big stories, from that Coldplay kiss scam couple to talking about Labubus to talking about 6'7". We're going to get to all of that. But what I want you to keep in mind is this. Somehow, Amil Niazi makes the point in this conversation that we are ending the year kind of rooting for Katy Perry a little bit. Like, there's something kind of extraordinary about how it was a low light of her year, Amil says, that she went to space. How does that even happen? 2025, a lot happened. I'm so excited for you to get to this conversation. Let's get into it right now. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing?
Hi.
Good.
So good.
It's nice to have you here. Okay, so we're going to do things a little bit differently today because we're still amid the holiday season, and also some of us are feeling a little loosey-goosey. So we're going to have a bit of fun. In front of me, I've got this jar situation, and it's stuffed with a bunch of pieces of paper, and on each one of them is a major pop culture event from 2025. So I'm going to just pull out a topic, and then I'll go, let's get into how this thing changed us this year. But there are so many topics in here, we cannot cover all of them. So as we get to the end of the conversation, and I panic, and I start to go, we got to talk about more things. We're going to hear a bell that's going to sound a little bit like this. And that's going to be like, okay, keep it moving. It's speed round now. We got to, got to go a little bit fast. So are you guys ready? Shall we do it?
Getting played off.
Let's do it. In fact, let's hear the bell one more time. Thank you. Thank you, Emily. Okay, first topic we've got K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay, the most watched original Netflix film in history. It spawned the first soundtrack in history to have 4 singles in the top 10 for the billboards, which is pretty wild. It's also the kind of streaming hit where they go, you know what, we should probably put this in a movie theater at a certain point. Amil Niazi, talk to me about K-pop Demon Hunter and this year.
Honestly, it kind of took over my entire life. My daughter, Oma, who's 5, watches it like every day religiously, sometimes multiple times in a day. Like the Grinch, if you remember that episode of my life.
Sure do.
But I am so pleased because not only is it a great story with like great characters and beautiful animation, the soundtrack goes the F off. And my toddler, not even 2 years old, he'll stand in the kitchen and he'll be like, Alexa, take down. And then he just like moves his little booty body to that song. And so honestly, Golden Takedown, like sick soundtrack, great show.
This is what it sounds like.
One of the best of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah, the government doesn't want you to know this, but this is what it sounds like is probably one of the best songs of the year. And like we don't talk about this enough. As a matter of fact, we're just gonna play a song from K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack real quick. Let's hear a bit of Soda Pop. Niko,
Hi.
Talk to your K-pop Demon Hunters. How has it touched your life?
First of all, I want the crossover K-pop Grinch Hunters. I think by next year, I think we can make this happen, and I think we've got a
big day for Oma
on our hand. I love that an original idea that was originally passed on became this like cultural phenomenon, because so much of our lives are based around like, well, they've remade this, or there's a sequel to this, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I love that right now we're in this place of like this thing that nobody expected has been such a hit that everybody who has kids I know had to scramble together a K-pop Demon Hunters costume for Halloween this year, because no one was was prepared for the phenomenon. And like, man, we need to live in a world where no one is prepared for something to hit like this, that has original songs, that has all these elements that are just like, it is inescapable. Wherein childless 43-year-olds like me are well aware of it because it's inescapable. And I'm so happy for it every time I see it. Give me more of this.
It's important to also mention the thing that you just talked about, the idea that
K-pop
people
Grinch Hunters?
Well, also that idea, if you're listening out there, IP gods. But the idea that people passed on K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Because this movie was originally Sony's, I believe. What was the story there, Jackson? Who originally had it?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was originally and still kind of was Sony's, but they weren't necessarily willing to go all in on funding it. So they kind of paired with Netflix for distribution release, a little bit of a creation of it. So it's kind of like a tag team creation. And not only were parents and families not prepared for it, like Netflix, Sony were not at all thinking this is going to be a big thing. So it's like parents weren't just not buying the costumes. They like weren't making the costumes. They didn't have a sequel show in the works. They didn't, lock down the performers for all these live. Like if they knew how big this was going to be, people would be almost maybe as annoyed as they are about Stranger Things and how they like crank the merchandise train on that. Like they had no idea this was going to be cool and big. I think this is really interesting to show that, like, you know, cultural specificity and like individual thought and creativity can actually really glom onto people and like make them very happy. And also, you know, this is kind of Canada's it year. Maggie Kang, co-director of this movie. We have Heated Rivalry, #1 show in the world's Canadian.
Yeah.
Tate McRae new album, Justin Bieber two new albums. Our current prime minister is kind of an it guy right now. Our last prime minister is dating Katy Perry. Like Canada's kind of the it girl this year, I think, and K-pop kind of kicked it off.
Who knew that Canada is kind of the it girl this year would be a sentence that would come out of Jackson Weaver's mouth? But you know what?
So true.
Anything 2025 has so many surprises left for us in store. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next topic, and what we have is. Oh brother, it's 6-7, and I don't feel good about this, because it's slang, and Jackson, you're doing the hand movement, so you get to take us home on this. Why is 6-7 a thing, and can I please stop at this point?
I mean, I could explain to you the whole, you know, diegesis of this, how it relates to like a rap song and like edits.
Yeah, explain
and,
me
like,
the
this
diegesis of 6-7, Jackson.
It's going to take too long. It's just, I would know what I'm going to say though, is I've been on the show and you've made fun of me many times for saying that like Gen Alpha is like Dadaist. This is Dadaist. It's nonsense intentionally. And the joke is that it means nothing. It was the word of the year specifically because I think it was dictionary.com said it's a nonsense, you know, epithet. You just kind of throw it off for explanation or exclamation. And I think it does kind of dig down into how like meaninglessness and like post irony is kind of where we're at in the cultural landscape right now. But also, I mean, like every generation has to have like a thing. Mine was like saying meh all the time, which was very uninspiring and uninteresting. This is like nonsense, and it's a reflection of how we're so disconnected from reality and nothing makes sense that this is what's kind of dominating pop culture. I'm here for it. It's dead now because we're talking about it. It was interesting.
Very happy to have contributed to killing 6-7. Also, we have a clip, so I just want to play the clip that we have. So let's hear it right now. Amil, onto every generation, a thing is born where other generations go, why are they like this? And now it feels like it's kind of like our turn to arrive at this place. I see you maybe rolling your eyes in exhaustion, exasperation.
I am.
Is that the extent of your relationship with 6-7, or is there something deeper?
I have 3 kids, okay? Like, if you don't think that this hasn't infiltrated my life, it has. But I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
Sure, yes, I agree. I had this conversation with someone over the holidays. Like, every generation does have their own, like, sort of meaningless, silly and harmless, you know, cultural throwaway.
Yeah.
So I get that. But I also feel that something like this, that's so detached from meaning and so annoying, as you saw from that clip, contributes to brain rot. And so I banned it from my home. And every time my kids tried to say it, and actually only the 5-year-old did, so that tells you something about like how not cool it's become. When a kindergartner is saying it, it's not cool. And I was like, no, you can't say that around me. You can't say that in my home. And she would say, why? And I said, why? Like, it's the same reason you can't watch YouTube. It's the same reason that you can't sit in front of an iPad for 8 hours, because it is bad for your brain. Like, you tell me what it means and then you can say it, and they can't. So let's put a pin on things that are stupid. I'm sorry to say that, but
no more bruh either, I'm guessing.
Oh, of course. You think people can say bruh around me? No.
Okay, wait.
No.
I'm going to leave it there on 6-7 because my brain will deteriorate if
just
we keep talking
skipping over
about
the
it.
old person in the room, I guess. Because I got gray hair, I can't talk about 6-7.
That's literally why. But you know what? You know what you can't talk
Literally
about.
had to Google what it was.
You know what we can talk about though. I'm very excited to give you this one.
Is it the wheel?
It's
the thing I was around for?
the
wheel.
invention of the wheel. No, it's Justin Bieber's standing on business speech.
Oh, yeah.
So before we even talk about it, let's just hear a little bit of Justin Bieber getting mad at a paparazzo at the beach.
I'm a dad, I'm a husband. You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
You're on the sidewalk,
I don't give a f*** if you're on the sidewalk. I'm a human being. You're standing around my car. At the beach.
At the beach, Niko, there was sort of two different schools of thought on that speech. One was like, this was actually a public meltdown. And then the other one was, this is a legitimate response to a paparazzo trying to take pictures of you and your family when you're standing at the beach.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it goes viral because no one has ever said the phrase, it's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business. But there's something about this is a general gravity that this story kind of had. What was your reaction?
I mean, that is a phrase that sort of conjures virality, right? Because it is just like, it is designed in a lab to go viral. And I think like just Bieber in general is like a machine that goes viral whenever he does or says anything. I think it's a legitimate response. You know, we have seen this guy who was like a child, you know, born onto the internet and grew up in front of everyone's eyes and has become this machine that has been moved around and photographed and videoed his entire life. And I'm sure it's exhausting. And people call it a meltdown. And like, we have seen meltdowns. This is not a meltdown. This is pretty chill, all told. And it is him saying like, you need to give me a moment's peace in order to be a real human being in this world. And I think he is sort of struggling with like, what did the music industry do to me and what did it give to me? And it is both of these conversations sort of happening at him all the time at once. And I think it's understandable to be defensive and be like, hey, I'm trying to go to the beach with my kid. Yeah. I'm trying to be a real human being in the world, a thing that everyone else but me is afforded. And like, maybe you're going to snap. Like, we all snap. I get mad when people are weird about me in public, and I am a person nobody knows. So you can only imagine it would be harder, like a million times harder for the average person than it is than it is for him. And it's just, I think it's warranted. You know, like, I think he's got some issues that he's trying to work through in public, which is always hard, but I think it's warranted to say, hey, you need to give me a little bit of space.
Well, on the idea of Justin Bieber trying to work through issues in public, Jackson, I'll give you 30 seconds on this, but like we started the year with a lot of conversation about like, oh, Justin Bieber's appearances in public, they're worrying some people. Then you get Swag, the album, then you get Swag 2, and then you get the announcement that he's actually headlining Coachella next year. So in April, there's going to be a lot more Justin Bieber than there's been in some years. What's your reaction to the year in Bieber?
I mean, we have parasocial as another word of the year for a reason, is we're so invested in figuring out what these people that we don't know are actually like. So I don't think we have any idea whether he's doing okay, whether he's not. He might just be very good at managing his, professional life while his interior life is deteriorating, or he might be fine. We have no clue. I 100% agree with Niko in the sense that like, just because you're famous doesn't mean that you sacrifice every element of privacy. I think that it's an understandable, if bizarre, way to articulate that. Yeah. And if you want to see how like crazy paparazzi are, you should watch the documentary Teenage Paparazzo. And just after watching that, I was just like, okay, I understand some of these crash outs. It makes a little bit of sense.
Okay, 100%. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next topic in my little jar here. Amil, it's coming to you, pal. And this time, it is a song that will just not leave anybody alone. Billboard's #1 song for 2025. Before I get to you, let's just hear a little bit of Die With a Smile right now. Amil, I don't know if this song was released in 2024 or 1984 or 1903. At a certain point, it just starts to be a part of the air that we breathe. But the song came out, again, 2024, and then it is ending the year at the top of the charts. There is something about Die With a Smile that will not die. Are you mad about it?
Here's what it represents to me, okay? You can see that my hands are ready for
shoulders went up, hands went up. Yeah, let's go.
To me, it's like, okay, first of all, have I ever heard this song? Or have I heard this song so much that it means nothing to me? It's like one of those things, it's like, is it an earworm or has it like literally never entered my brain? Exactly. How do magnets work? Like, that's what this song makes me feel. But it represents to me the like, truly sad and mediocre landscape of pop music that we have found ourselves in. We didn't have a song of the summer. We didn't have a hot fall song to like get us into our next era. We just have not had the hits. And this song to me is like really representative of like TikTok music. It's like, it's used for like a 15-second clip so that someone can do something weird on the internet. Yeah. And then it spreads like wildfire. But yeah, sure. Like my dog, again, Oma is the cultural tastemaker in my home. And even she was just like, I'm not really feeling that song. And so I really think like I hope 2026 is going to bring us like the ladies, the men who take their shirts off. Like, I want a little bit more pizzazz in my music, and that song.
You want spectacle. You want.
It's nothing.
The joke that I make every time that I hear "Die with a Smile" is I go, "Oh wow, it's again #1," even though no one has ever heard the song before, because
Exactly.
like my brain doesn't register when it's on, when it has started, when it has actually ended, and there's something about that song that is just completely like it is just air, it is dissipated. And so, if you're a defender of "Die with a Smile," I don't know, let's have a conversation about it. But we're not going to do that right now because we actually have to go to our speed round because it's dawned on me that we don't have that much time left, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But first, let me just say, my name is Elamin Abdelmahmoud. This is Commotion. Niko Stratis is here, Jackson Weaver is here, and Amil Niazi is here, and we are talking about the big pop culture moments of 2025. Now, go into the speed round, which is to say there's going to be a bell. I'm not in charge of the bell. The people in the studio are in charge of the bell. They're going to tell me, hey, keep it moving. And so leave me out of it.
The bell ringers.
The bell ringers.
For whom the bell tolls.
That's us.
We are for whom the bell tolls.
Okay, next up, the Coldplay Kiss Cam. It brings me no pleasure to remind us all of this story, but there was a Coldplay concert. At the Coldplay concert, this couple were on the Jumbotron, and then they ducked out of frame very quickly. Niko Stratis, thoughts on that story?
Leave people alone. Stop being cops to everybody out in public. We don't need to be there. The surveillance state already exists. We don't personally need to take part in it for no reason other than destroy people we don't know's lives.
Yeah.
Leave people alone. Let them enjoy Coldplay. Who cares? Go for a walk. Buy some grass on the internet and touch it every time you want to ruin some stranger's life.
Which is like a tech company CEO and one of the employees of the company and has had significant consequences to their careers. Amil, your reaction to that story before we move on here?
Okay, yes, Niko, I agree. Leave people alone. But at the same time, if you go to a Coldplay concert, listen, you gotta know, especially if you buy the hot seats, the expensive seats, you're gonna be on the Kiss Cam, and you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan, like, let's stand shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
I know we might be like. You gotta know we do live in a surveillance state.
Never leave the house without your Kiss Cam plan.
Yes.
Amil Niazi said there's a tolerance for mess, and that was super. Okay, up next, Mark Carney rocking out to Down with Webster. We do have a clip of that. Let's hear the clip really quickly. Jackson, out of all bands to have reverence for in Canadian music history, it was a shock for everyone involved that Mark Carney's band is Down with Webster. So do you got to go like, actually that's like endearing display of fandom, or you're like, that's a bit cringe, I'm not game for this?
I'm not going to say that second sentence ever. I do think it's fair. Like I, love Tragically Hip, but it's refreshing to see someone not glomming onto like the band that has all of the love and like cements your Canadiana. Or like, I know he went to Tim Hortons a couple times and like eating the donuts just for show. I think he legitimately likes this band. It's kind of like a dad style love of a band. And he is humanizing himself and he's just being really honest. And like everyone has a cringe, embarrassing band that they do like, and this is his. No, that's unfair. Down with Webster is good, but it's not necessarily the best PR move, but he likes it and he's rocking with it, and I rock with that.
I rock with it too because it felt like completely authentic to me. It's kind of like you and the Moffats, right? Like,
it's me and the Moffats.
Yeah, big Moffats lady.
My celebrated love of the Moffats.
What was your reaction?
I think she likes me.
I've never heard a whole Moffat song in my life.
I miss you like crazy. What are we doing here, Niko? Okay, what was your reaction to Mark Carney picking out of all bands Down with Webster?
I mean, you couldn't plant that. It is proof that he's real because what fake person would be like, yeah, put me down with Webster. I don't care.
I think that's the bell has rung. Okay, next topic. We've arrived at her, just capital H-E-R, and that is Katy Perry. Amil, she went to space and now she's dating former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Why does the internet enjoy hating Katy Perry, Amil?
Well, first of all, I love Katy Perry, and I will
like leave me out of it. I don't hate her.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to see that the internet has gone full circle with her. Like, why do we love to hate her? Because she represents everything that is like weird and plastic and Mormon about popular culture. Okay,
no other verb. Yeah,
and that captures it, right? But the fact that she went to space and that was a low light for her is like so incredible. And that then she ends up dating the former Prime Minister of Canada, who's like one of the most kind of like vilified people on the internet. Is just like, Katy Perry, I celebrate you, I love you, and I think everyone is now gone from hating her to rooting for her because this seems so crazy to do that I just love it. I love it. It's one of the best things of 2025.
Amil Niazi said, it's not clocking to you that Katy Perry's standing on business.
Katy Perry is standing on business.
Yeah.
She is on the beach.
Her Instagram carousel at the end of the year is going to be wild. Yeah.
Wild.
Here's me in space and here's me with Justin Trudeau.
Went to space, tour didn't sell, doesn't matter. Okay, all right, fine. The bell ringers have given us the next bell. And the next topic is, oh, brother. It is the Minecraft movie, one of the top grossing movies of the year. Also, when it opened, there were several reports of people just being, the theaters were like trashed by overexcited children. It also, I have to play the clip. I'm going to do it. So I'm going to play the song. Let's hear Jack Black singing that Lava Chicken song.
La, 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 la.
That song, Steve's Lava Chicken, became the shortest song in history to chart on the Billboard Hot 100. It is 34 seconds long. Amil, you're a parent. Has the Minecraft movie become a problem in your home?
No, not a problem, because it's such a good movie and Steve's Lava Chicken is such a hot song. And let me just say, the Minecraft movie, all the teens standing up and doing weird things within it, I kind of like that. Like when we're talking about Jackson's Dadaist proclamation, which is, we'll never talk about that again. It tracks. It tracks with how they sort of like glommed onto that and loved it. But kids' movies were so good this year, and Minecraft was like one of those movies that parents wanted to take the kids to. It was enjoyable for us. Jack Black, what a gift! What a gift to families. Like, Minecraft movie, Dear
Super Mario.
Santa, if you haven't seen that, Super Mario.
Dear Santa is insane.
He is just...
Amil Niazi's hands are in the air.
Dear Santa.
Amil's like, let me cook.
Anti-6'7" is crazy.
Okay, all right. We got a few things to get through, and we're going to go 30 seconds each. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, coming to you, Niko. They got engaged. Your reaction to Taylor Swift reaching this milestone in her life?
Finally, heterosexual people get a win. You know, it's been hard times out there for white heterosexual couples, and finally, and rich people too. My God, have they been suffering? Good for them. Totally forgot that even happened this year. It's like the most nothing story in the world. Is two wealthy people that are getting married. Maybe
for some of us, it's not nothing. Okay,
and no, for some people,
yeah,
it is the biggest thing in the world.
And I'm one of them.
We
but
all had to listen to the song Wood, unfortunately, which is just very...
You're talking about Wood. That is a song from The Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift, and there's something delightful about the fact that you're the one bringing that up. And so I'm going to give you our next topic, which is Labubu's fun toy craze, but also, is it a fad that is kind of already done and cooked, or is it going to stick around Jackson Weaver?
I think if we're ever talking about it, it's done and cooked. I mean, it made it to
we are on public radio talking about a fad. Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't really have it. I have a similar stance to Niko's stance in this, that it's like, it's just a thing. There's not really much to say about it. I think we all have, every generation has a Beanie Baby or like ugly dolls when I was a kid, and it's stupid and weird and like cute and kitschy. And I'm going to get my gold plated Labubu and forget about it in a year from now.
I think, okay, all right. I think we have time for one more. Let's do, the Louvre heist. Why did we love the Louvre heist as a story so much? Amil Niazi, over to you, pal. What do you got?
Of course, we want to see Robin Hood steal everything, and I don't know where it's going to end up, but it's enjoyable to see people pull something off. I assumed that the Louvre had the best security in the world. Turns out they don't. All you need
they stole $140 million in crown jewels. Yeah. Yes.
You just need a ladder and a janitor's costume, and you're in. And so I think that is just so captivating, and I love that it also mirrored something that we'd all watched like a couple years earlier, and we were like, oh, we're in a TV show, and that's all we've ever wanted, right? That's all we've ever wanted.
I regret to inform you that we've not gone to the Oxford Word of the Year, which is Rage Bait, nor have we gone to the Oasis reunion tour, and we got to say goodbye. We got to leave it there. So thank you, all of you. You guys have been the best. This has been wonderful. Thank you again for doing this.
Thank you.
Blame the bell ringers. Niko Stratis, Amil Niazi, Jackson Weaver. I got to say thank you so much for taking this journey journey with me through the year 2025. My name is Elamin Abdelmahmoud. This show is called Commotion. We'll be back tomorrow for New Year's Eve. And then, you know what? Have a good New Year.